thank you for clicking on this video. I hope you enjoy. And if you do, then don't forget to like and subscribe. Ring that notification bell so you stay up to date on further content. Greetings and welcome to Shallow Star. I'm the Renegade Richard and this, well, a bit of a different video today. I'm basically screen clipping my screen itself so that I can show you guys some beautiful screenshots. Now we all know how as we play our games sometimes we get very lucky and get some stunning moments, and sometimes you manage to get them screenshotted and it's beautiful. Other times not so lucky, purely because hey, it can be difficult getting that shot at just the right moment. Shots like I take, this one, or per se this one, are all taken by me recording this shot, and then I frame by frame pick it to the right spot where I get just the right shot. If you want to do that yourself, you can always use what's normally available to people with computers at least, a screen capture software. Most graphics cards have it these days, or graphics card drivers. You could do exactly the same thing. Or if you've got a console, hey, you guys know by now you can do captures there. Paste it over to a computer and you'll be able to do the same thing, find the frame and take it. Now I'm not sure how these other shots have been taken, but we're not here to talk about my screenshots today. And let's just say, I must have a bit of a thing because I clearly have a lot. But as you can see, we're on a specific tab of my Discord. This tab is where not just me, but anyone who has joined my Discord is welcome to share their screenshots, and hey, possibly I'll be showing them off, which is ironically what I'm doing today. We're going to be taking a look at some of the screenshots from viewers like yourself who have joined my Discord and shared your stuff. So, getting back down past, there's a mission you can't do anymore. God, that's shame we can't do that mission. Yeah, getting past my stuff and all the way back down, get into some of the more interesting ones, which was shared by the viewers. And we're actually going to start off clearly with Lapri. I definitely wanted to share this one also. Shortly after I shared a few of my bridge officers that I made, they look similar to my own friends in real life. Lapri shared this interesting one. Now, it's a bit nightmarish, the fact that it's such a small screenshot. In fact, that shot there is about the same size as the image you get. But apparently this is one of his, I can't remember now. I apologize, Lapri, I can't remember her. But this is one of their bridge officers from, apparently, the Void Shadow Weaver. I dread to think what that ship could be. Void Shadow Weaver. I want to imagine either an Arbiter class battlecruiser, maybe a Herald. But then again, with Shadow Weaver, maybe a Mesh Weaver, Folian Mesh Weaver. But I gotta say, I do like how Lapri's gone with a different look to the bridge officers. Most people keep their bridge officers looking either relatively tame and within canon, or they are so absurdly out of there. It's like, could they even actually exist? Of course it could exist. There's nothing to stop genetics, but it's very unusual to see someone go with a moderation in between. And that's what we're getting here. She's got such a stunning look to this character. Blue hair stands out, immediately attracts your attention, and the uniform, I want to say Kremen? I think that's the Kremen uniform, but I'm not 100%. But that posing there looks like she's waiting for Q to appear. I do quite like that shot. So that was the Void Shadow Weaver faction uniform that she's actually apparently wearing. So the black and red actually works really well for me. Or brown. I'm just not... Lapri, that's well done. I like that. Further down, and we get one of the first of the stunning ship shots I got ever shared to me. And I have to say right now, this is Tribal Typhoon, ironically one of our patrons. And he's Andorian, I believe, pilot escort, though it might not be. I have to say though, I absolutely love the stunning look he's gone with here. Going for that white hull, and then pressing in the blue and purple aesthetic that you sort of normally have with the Andorian ships. It's a great mesh between a Federation aesthetic and the Andorian. And I absolutely love the way he's done. He's just got it configured so that it really looks... Well, one, it looks like it's got highlighters printed, sort of pressed onto the wings, but let's not go there. It looks stunningly aggressive. But it's that sort of aggression that says, I will only hurt you if you make me. I also do love the fact that he's got the temple deflector visuals on there, because it is such a beautiful deflector visual. It's a shame it doesn't only activate when you do a scan, because then to me I like that visual more. But it does come together on that ship quite well, so I like it. It's a stunning shot. Back past all of mine again. And whoops, we get back to Tribal Typhoon again. Now he shared a few shots of one of these beautiful Excelsior class. As much as they're all stunning, none of them stand out to me more than this one. It's that beautiful tag combination between the Resolute and the Excelsior refit, or the Enterprise B model, that works together really well here. And the way he's done it in that classic style shot, I absolutely love. It's straight out of TOS, this angle. It's so beautiful. The ream and shields come together on it really well. Not so sure they look great on the nacelles, but just the overall look makes this ship look... Well, one, like energy weapons are going to be completely ineffective. I more imagine him bouncing off and going off to another direction, maybe hitting an ally of the ship. But wait, what? But no, it's an absolutely stunning look, and I just love the way it looks. If I'm correct, he's used the Excelsior refits nacelles and saucer combined with the Resolute's neck, secondary hull, and pylons. It's absolutely stunning. Also, just going to say, if that came up to approach me, I would wet myself. Maybe calm down, because I'd think to myself, not so aggressive, but it's an imposing posture. I do like it. Right, and now we have a shot from Lapri here, showing off. I'm pretty sure Lapri was showing off the Temple Dreadnought here. The Kelvin Dreadnought in the background there. First of all, love the Kelvin Dreadnought. Second of all, Lapri, love the ship. It's absolutely amazing, isn't it? Yes. I might be a huge fan of both ships in that image, but the Temple Dreadnought, as much as I'm not overly a fan of its aesthetic look, I love its effectiveness when in use. That is just huge. It's a beautiful shot over Earth though. Wondering if Lapri could get a stunning visual movement there between Earth Space Dock and Earth. I reckon that would really bring out the organic life of that ship. Damn it, I've given myself an idea and now I've got to try and get myself to do it. If you ever see that screenshot, you know where it came from. Lapri imposed. Tarbis has got one for us here. Don't mind my alarm going off there. So Tarbis is showing off a brilliant little shot here of the Kelvin heavy cruiser. First note there is he's used the Type 0 hull aesthetic and used the beta nacelles to give us that TOS look. A lot of you, those that watch my channel long enough, know that I am not a fan of the Kelvin timeline. The Kelvin Dreadnought is the one and only ship I actually like from the timeline. The rest of them can pretty much burn for me. However, I will say this is a beautiful rendition of the Kelvin Enterprise. It's done, I would say what Tarbis has done with this ship has done it some credit. It doesn't quite fix the things I don't like about the Kelvin, but it does, one, fix a lot of what I don't like, and at the same time, it's at a beautiful angle that shows that although maybe the silhouette and posture of the Kelvin isn't quite right, it is still pretty well fitted in there. You do still get the feel of the ship. If only that neck was a bit thinner, more towards the front, and the pylons sitting a bit better on that saucer, as well as a bit more of a tow to the secondary hull, and a bit more of a tow to the secondary hull. That ship would have been pretty good to me. Level 65, and fully armed with beam arrays. Oh no, he has torpedoes. Something tells me that ship is a dangerous little ship. I'm going on the beam array aesthetic. Photon torpedo from the looks of it. Uses aceton beam and tractor beam. I theorize a midline between DPS and tank. That's what my theory for that ship is. Weapon power setup is also fitting between a DPS and tank. So yeah, he's pretty much a broadside wild frenzy, take all the enemies out, and he's going to get a lot of threat generation. Now, I love this shot that Tarbis shared, because it did just get me singing straight away, as I noted below. One of these things just doesn't belong here. The best part is it's showing off, one, my flagship in an essence, as I fly the Nimitz class. Two, flies off my... nearly giving too much away here, because I am going to do a video on this, but one of my favourite canon Star Trek ship designs, and ironically also shares off one of my favourite hero ships. Where the Sovereign exactly comes among my hero ships, I'm not going to fully give away. Shut there. But I will say she's in the top 3. Now one of those ships there is in my top 2 for canon ship designs, excluding hero ships. Because when I do canon ship designs, I never combine the hero ships in there, or it'd be a little unfair. Now, moving down a little bit more, where I started showing off more ships, and oh look, I've been doing reviews recently. Get a little bit further down, and this one I absolutely adored. So this was shared by Sky Hawkins, one of our chief moderators. He's actually the main moderator as well with Discord. So if you come along to Discord, be sure to say hi to him. I see Sky has introduced a Ferengi to a lampshade. You can somewhat blame Sky among certain other viewers that join me from time to time for the recent Ferengi acquisition I've had in Bridge Officers. But I'm not quite sure which rules of acquisition states that a Ferengi must sit on the chandelier, but I guess he is getting ahead of the competition. He certainly stands above them. So it's quite... I don't want to know how we got up there, but it's quite the shot. Tribal was having a bit of fun. He has commonly stated the fact that he is a brony, and to this I say hats off to your fandom. Though I'm not a brony myself, I do respect it. If you don't know why, and I'm being serious here, just give it a watch. Though I'm not a brony, it's probably one of the best series with good moral lessons to it. Not very often you get a good show that actually bothers to teach a fundamental and wise lesson. Much like Star Trek does, ironically. So hats off. But I will say this. Hang on a second. I've got to double check this. Because I'm not going to use the wrong bloody name. I'm so glad that came up quickly for me. So, why are you aiming at Pinkie Pie? The Ministry of Morals is watching you forever. It's actually a good sign, considering what I have seen of My Little Pony, courtesy of a friend of mine, was fundamentally making the right moral decision is always wise. Don't let your ego get ahead of you. Always respect your friends. Don't lie. Bringing joy is a great thing. Knowledge is a form of power, but your friends is another form of power. It's great. It's got some really good lessons in there. I'll actually hats off to it, which is weird to say. Further down. Whoops. Here we go. We got some from Alpha now. Now, Alpha is a recent join to the Discord, and I've got to say, second I saw these screenshots popping in, I was like, oh my word. So, the ones that stood out to me most, well, first of all, I absolutely adore the Scimitar class. I do like combining the Scimitar with its tier 6 variations that you get. But his shot here is beautiful. It gives a true Riemann feel to it, and I'm kind of scared at the bald probes or semi-bald spears that are following him. I'm pretty sure though, those are Romulan drone ships. You won't get that past me. To which I shall also then say hats off, because the Romulan drone ships are damn powerful. Certainly ones I appreciate. This shot, however, I have to say, Alpha, you pain in my neck, you have inspired me into another new series that I will be working on shortly. To have a little bit of side fun. Damn it, Alpha, this is a stunning shot. I love the Romulan look on your character, stood directly below a beautiful bird of prey. Stranger with a Federation runabout behind you. But hey, to each their own. Now, another shot that is stunning to me is this beautiful one. Now, I've never been a fan of the New Orleans class, or the Lafrette, but this is one of those shots where, despite me not really being a fan, mostly because of the lower pod, I don't like it's there. That one feels tacked on to me. In this one's case, from this angle, this shot of the new Andromeda style, it's absolutely stunning. It stands very beautifully next to Earth's space dock. The glow of Earth is just amazing next to it. All I want to know though, because it's really bugging me, is what the hell is that ship in the corner over Earth? I can see a black wing, but I have no idea what it is. The hell, guys! Now, next up. And I believe that one... Well... So, it's ironic that recently I watched the magnificent Ferengi from Deep Space Nine. Deep Space Nine being among my favourite of the Star Trek. But, there was that really odd Ferengi, wasn't there? The Eliminator. You don't see them too often, but they exist. This is a terrifying prospect. Because in my mind, what I'm looking at here is 5 Eliminators. Now the one thing that's scary about a Ferengi is a Ferengi that hasn't got a hunger for Latinum. What is scarier is a Ferengi with a bloodlust who also doesn't scream like a Ferengi whenever danger approaches. I'm just glad I don't see any whips there. Because Umox is, I think, is the last thing on these Ferengi's minds. Oh dear! As Tribal states it, may I present to ya the Ferengi Commandos. Oh look, spoilers. Nothing to do with a series I was doing. Oh! Tribal Typhoon among my crew. Now going down a little bit and we get to New Vegas again. This is specifically quite a good shot from Tribal. Modding out his New Vegas character to look a little bit like Lightning from Final Fantasy 13. Good choice there. But I must say, Vanille is a far more beautiful prospect. Also quite young, so I should probably watch how I say that. Meh, I like the shorter girls. Just ask my missus. Now, I will consider your offer, girl. What? Now, you see, the ironic thing about this mission is, I love how he shared this, because anyone who's seen my recent playthrough will know that I have a specific hatred for Kabali Prime and the missions there. Yeah, I would rather start a war with the Kabali than do those missions again. Oh dear. Pardon me. Down a little bit further, and apparently the hair has become pink. I'm not sure what I want to say to that. Nope, I do know. That's a fine hair you got right there. And damn hot too. Right. Now then. I would say we got some other shots, but I'm not sure where to find them. Ah, here we go, the first of them. So, a couple of shots from Tarbis again, showing something that was apparently inspired by me and my Akira, was Tarbis's work to make a Akira and a Defiant class that fits close to canon. I will say this, he's done quite well. Quantum Launcher on the forward section, which is probably an accurate summarization, and Photon on the aft, again, an accurate summarization. It's quite a good check. He's got a good fit out on weapon power, considering the Akira is a powerful weapon, or a powerful ship. Brilliant armor choice. And I would say Peregrine Fighters is again another good option. It could have been loaded with runabouts, as the ship does carry runabouts, but by canon you would normally, going into combat, send out Peregrine Fighters rather than runabouts. As for his Defiant, I am in awe and loving of it. Photon aft launcher, the only thing I might have said there is possibly replace the Photon aft launcher with a mine launcher, purely because though you don't really see the Defiant fire aft torpedoes very frequently, does have an aft torpedo launcher, I should mention. It also has a mine launcher, or a mine placement launcher, which we do get to see used quite fittingly to mine the wormhole. Quantum's on the front, works magnificently in my opinion. Brilliant armor choices there. It really does fundamentally give away the fact that this ship was a tough little ship. Great weapon power. I will say right now, I think the choice in Shield's Impulse Array, Warp Core, all that is brilliant, especially when you consider just how much this ship did want to try and shake itself apart. Interesting experimental weapon choice. And I have to say, the choice of having a singular beam on front, 2 omnis on the back, and have the quad cannons armed was just another absolutely geared, perfect choice to make this ship really act like you would see it in Star Trek. And I've got to say, he could have chosen to have a different hull plate on it, bearing in mind that there is a minor hull plate change between the original Defiant and the second Defiant. It's not obvious to be shown, but they did a minor change just to show that there is a difference between the two. One was the USS Apollo at first. It's nice. I do like it. Another couple of excellent shots being shown off here. I see, yeah, Tribal seems to like the impressive Bald Upon the Sea. That's quite the figure his character has as well. Captain must get quite a lot of attention. Or maybe it's just the Orion that gets the attention. Damn Orions. With that being said, another ship to show off, and I simply have to show this off, is the stunning viewpoints he's got of the ISS Empire's Wrath, a Griffin class if I recall right. Well, it's a cheap little ship you can get from the exchange if you wanted to. Patrol escort if I'm right. And I do like how he's added this red texturing to the ship to really bring out a stunning look to it. It gives that ship a more reserved aggressive stance, which is a bit different to see, I must say. Oh, and he's right next to his sticks. Guess the Terrans stick together then. I do have to applaud though, having the Marquis Raider. It's a beautiful ship, I do love it so very much. More Marquis Raiders for everyone! They're stunners. I love them. And now, just one last one to show off, just for the heck of it. It was one of my crew clips at one point. Anyone recognise this shot? I'll give you a clue. Diplomatic Orders is the mission's name. That's right. This is the shot near the beginning of the mission where you are landing on Vulcan. Pistol glitched out there, Tribal. What the hell is your ship doing? It's a wee little bug. I've got a funny feeling it's gone through the, well, as Wolf would put it. This is a story of a small... Oh, sorry. This is a story of a little ship that took a little trip. No kidding, it must have gone through the same anomaly and shrunk. I really hope Dax, Bashir and O'Brien are not on this one as well, because that would just be really unlucky for them. But hey, all this aside now, hope you've enjoyed this little look at some screenshots shared to us by some of our brilliant viewers. Tarvis. God, that's a beautiful ship. I'll lay down. And, well, if you guys want to share off your own screenshots, don't forget to check out the description below. Down there is a link to my description where it is your chance to share off basically the screenshots you've got, or videos if you want to. Just get down to the description, click on the Discord, get on over to us, and have a little bit of fun. It's quite an environment, and well, I look forward to hopefully seeing you there. Thank you for watching to the end of this video. I really appreciate the support you showed me by doing so. And to my patrons as well, further thank you to you. With this being said, live long and prosper, and I hope to see you next time. I have no idea what I'm saying. I need to get recording some